Hi, today we're going to go through a movement-based yoga flow. We're going to hold postures, but inside we're going to be moving. We're going to feel our breath expand, feel our breath contract. We're going to get deep within our body and flow and extend. Let's reach out, all right? So we're going to start with our feet in mountain pose. Turn the toes inward just a little bit. Draw the shoulders back. And let's find our hands at the heart center. Close your eyes and let's listen to our breath. As you listen to your breath, begin to feel it. Inhaling and then switching to the exhale. We're going to breathe with fluidity, with grace, and with patience. Letting ourselves be free in our bodies and experiencing the movement. Breathe in as the fingers reach down towards the earth. Hold here. Feeling yourself rooted into the ground, but also feeling the ground hold you up. Lifting the spine and trying to lift it to the sky. Allowing your body to move freely forward, back, side to side as it naturally tries to find the center, balance. Let the arms float all the way up as your gaze lifts up towards the sky. Inhale deeply, exhale, move all the way through each of the energy zones. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And now forward fold with your arms through each of the energy zones. Knees are soft to the ground. Let your head release. The arms dangle. The knees are soft. Let yourself float up halfway. And then exhale, come back down into the forward fold. And then let yourself roll up slowly. The arms lift here, up towards the sky. Again, forward fold. Arms release. Head releases. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, begin your lifts. Exhale, lift the arms. And coming into prayer. Inhale, letting the arms lift towards the sky. This time, take a hold of your left wrist, draw the shoulders down, and lift yourself up and over to one side. Bring yourself back up again, up and over to the other side. So let's continue with this with a breath. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Stretch all the way out with the arms released down. Let's take a moment to come to the front edge of your mat. And then bring your fingers right here at the crease of your hips and start to send the hips back. As you send the hips back, keep reaching your chest forward. Take your tailbone, tuck it under a little bit, reach your chest out. Have the arms reach straight out in front of your shoulders. Press down and root into the earth, but also again, feel the earth hold you up as you draw your shoulders back and down, sinking down deep into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, float up. Exhale, forward fold and roll up. Hands to the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, sit down into your chair, crease at the hips, reach the arms straight out. Roll the shoulders back, maybe tuck the hips under a little more and lift the chest. And then forward to the floor. Float up, forward fold, and then all the way up. Hands to the heart center. Reach the arms out big. As if you can touch the ends of the earth. And take the right arm and bring it right underneath the left. Squeeze the elbows together, bend the knees, sink down like you're in your chair, and then bring the back of the hands together. Draw the shoulders down, lift your gaze to look at the top of your fingers. Good, we're gonna keep the legs bent, and we're gonna drop the elbows into our heart and then lift up. You're gonna move the arms in your degree, and they're gonna move with a breath. Inhale and exhale, and inhale. And exhale, bring it back down into the heart, and then you're gonna forward fold to the ground. The arms unravel. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Reach out big. Left arm goes underneath the right. Back of the hands together. Lovely eagle arms. Soften those knees, sit back into your chair. Lift the arms up and bring it back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Last one. Good, arms reach out. And up. Forward fold. Half lift. Forward fold. And roll up. Hands into the heart center. Reach your heart all the way out forward towards me, and then fold to the floor. Roll up. Inhale, hinge forward, and roll up. And we're going to call this a forward wave, all the way out, and roll up. One more here, and roll up. Now we're going to take ourselves and we're just going to turn just a little bit to the right. You can relax your hands down by your side and reach out, forward over the leg and roll up. Again, reach your heart all the way out and roll up. Let's do the other side. All the way out and roll. Coming back into the center, reach out, arms dangle. Let the arm roll back up again. Feel like your spine is like spaghetti. Now, as we spiral over to the right, feel like you can go right down the side of your leg. Reach out and roll up. Let's do one more here. Over to the other side. As we do this, we're trying to unglue the spine. And then back into the center. Lift all the way up. So we're going to start to go over to the right. Spiral around, look at the floor, come all the way down to the floor, over to the other hip and roll up. Again, dive down, sweep all the way over to the other side and roll up. Let's do one more on each side. And roll up. Back and into the center. Hands to the heart center. Take a breath in. Feel your shoulders melt down your back. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Feel your eyes in an internal vision in your eyes that you can see past everything. You're breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And exhaling. So that when we come into the next inhale, we're going to step our feet wide. Breathe in, arms coming up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders down. We're just going to wave ourselves from side to side. Your feet are slightly turned out. You're feeling the inner arches of your feet. And then we bring ourselves all the way over to the right. Grab a hold of our elbow. And I want you to stay here. But again, we're moving in our posture. So I want you to stay in your side bend, but roll that shoulder back. See if we can unglue those ribs from the hips. And then on your exhale, let's switch over to the other side. Up and over. Rolling the shoulder back. Maybe a little look down towards the floor. And we stretch. Exhale, come back and up to the center. Breathe in. And let's grab a hold of those elbows again. And we're going to go over to the side. Circle all the way around. Head staying in between the arms. And we're going to come back up. And over to the other side. You're going to feel a full circle here. I want you to feel that the legs are anchored and that the ribs are what we're circling. One more in this direction. And coming up. Arms float down. And we stay and we breathe. Feeling that breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And hands can be right here at the crease of our hips. And I want you to reach your chest forward. Round the spine, the head hang, and we roll back up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll up. Let's head on over to the right. Reach. And roll up. Over to the other side. And roll up. Come back to the center. And roll up. One more. Keep reaching the chest back in your seat behind you. When you roll up, we're going to go all the way over as far as we can go, almost over that side seat. And let's reach out here. Roll up. Let's move that over to the other side. Reach and roll up. Come to the center and roll up. One more time, reaching your heart out and rolling up. Good. So we're going to go really far over, and I want your shoulder to come forward. And we roll up. Let's do the other side. So turn all the way around and your shoulder comes forward. And roll up. Back and into the center. Forward. One more. Feeling the fluidity in our movements. Let's head over to the right. Sorry, that's the left, right? And roll up. Now over to the right. And down the side seam. And the other side. And now the shoulder. And the shoulder. And we're back into the center. Breathe in. Exhale, side. Let yourself fall all the way over that leg, circle all the way around, halfway up and down. All the way over and halfway up. Circling, warming up the spine. One more on the other side. Good, coming down, and let's roll it fully from the center. Arms lifting, and into the heart center. Step the feet together, and hold. Beautiful job, everyone. Good work. So we're going to, I'm using yoga blocks. Don't necessarily have to use yoga blocks. It's kind of an option, but I like to use them. Helps me with my shoulders. So we're going to move through each of the exercises. Lifting the ground up helps you to get a little more deeper into your postures. It's really not used as an aid if you're just starting out or whatever. I like to use them even in my regular practice. So come forward to the front edge of your mat. Lift the arms to breathe in. As you exhale, forward fold and place the hands. If you have blocks on them, if not, find the floor. Feel yourself hang out here in the floor. Half lift, forward fold, and we're going to step back first with our right foot, then our left foot, but keep your chest over the blocks or in between your arms and hold your plank. Breathe in through your nose, and as you exhale, slowly lower the knees down. And we're going to flatten out the feet and bend our elbows. Let the elbows kind of touch your ribs and then push away. Again, bending the elbows, letting them touch your ribs and push away. Now in this position, I want you to feel the back of your neck really long. Exhale, keep reaching it away. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to come all the way down to the floor. So step the blocks away, put one hand on the floor and the other hand on the floor, and then let's bend our elbows and come all the way down. So manipulating the hands so that they're right underneath your shoulders. Feel the elbows reach back, flatten out the feet, point those toes, walk the legs in kind of close, and on your inhale, to start to float the chest up. Your hands are pushing forward. Squeeze those elbows together. And then bring your chest back down to the mats. And let's push ourselves back and find child's pose. So child's pose, sitting back and into your heels. Shoulders melting to the floor. On your exhale, begin to look forward, move your hands out, reach your chest forward, curl your toes under, lift your chest and lift those heels. Oh, beautiful. We're back in our plank and we're going to move into down dog. So shift your hips back. Position yourself so you feel strong through the neck and the shoulders, not compromised. Walk your feet in if you need to. Pedal the feet. Stretching out the ankles. Beautiful work. And then I need you to lower both heels and breathe. Raise up high on your tippy toes and let's take a little walk forward. Find your half lift. Forward fold. And let's bend those knees and roll up. Arms lifting and hands moving into the heart. Beautiful, guys. Let's do one more time. So inhale, exhale, forward fold. Bringing the hands to the blocks. Let's start off with our left foot back. And we're going to hold our plank. Reach our chest all the way forward, nice and strong. Lower the knees. Flatten out the feet. And we're going to bend the elbows to touch the ribs and exhale. So while we're here, work on reaching your chest forward and keeping the collarbones wide. Let's get strong through the arms. Push it away so that when we do our chaturanga in the future, you are strong through the whole body. Here we go, bending all the way down to the floor, legs stretched out, slide the hands back an inch, reach the elbows behind you, and lift the chest. Baby cobra. Exhale, push yourself back, find your child's pose, reach the arms straight out in front of you, sit back. Again, the blocks are really nice because then it helps you to sink a little deeper into your shoulders, gives them a beautiful stretch, opens them up. Look up between your hands, come forward, curl the toes under, keep your chest there, and then lift the knees as you lift your hips back. Downward dog. Pedal the feet, raise and lower the heels, draw the shoulders down, shake out the head and neck, do what you need to do to feel good, and then let's walk our feet forward. So as we hold our forward fold, I want you to slowly roll up halfway, round the spine and come all the way up. Nice deep breath, and exhale. So picking up our right foot first. So to do that, we're gonna press equally into both legs, and then maybe a little more into the left to feel yourself lift up taller. We're picking up the right leg. I want you to hold here. Maybe grab a hold of the knee, draw it up towards your chest, and maybe stay here in this position. Or we walk our hands down our shins and we hold this position. Or maybe we take two fingers, our peace fingers, and grab a hold of the toe and we extend the leg out in front of us. Bring it back in wherever you are and place that foot down. Other side. Takes two to have fun, right? So let's do the other side. I'll stand at this end so you can see that side. So push equally into both legs. Find yourself lifting tall. Find the spot that doesn't move and let's pick up that leg. Grabbing a hold of the knee. Drawing the shoulders down. Maybe we feel happiness and joy in this posture. Congratulations that you are finding your strength and your balance. Maybe we walk it down just a little bit and bring the leg up a little bit more, but we want to keep our height. And if we're wobbly, so forgive yourself for that today. Don't beat yourself up if we're not making it into our intended area. Two fingers, grabbing the toe and sending the heel out. Lift your chest. Bring it back. Find your up and place that foot down. Shake it on out. Nice job. So nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale forward into our fold. Half lift. Coming down into the floor. Hands on the blocks or hands on the floor. Bend the knees if you need to do that. So wherever you are. So if you have your blocks, you can go to different sides of the block. And that way your back is fully supported. You're looking for that, okay? And then from this position, wherever you are, hands on the floor, hands on the blocks, whatever side you are on, you want to lift your chest forward so that we're finding a flat back. So if your back is still round and you're really struggling to find the length in your spine, that's why the blocks help. Gives you that length that you want to feel. So feel the length. I'm going to have you pull the right knee all the way into the chest so we round, and then you're going to shoot that leg straight back. We're in a nice lunge position. Maneuver the blocks so then on the outside of your left foot. And you're reaching. Now, the wider your stance, the better. We're not in our knees when we're wide. So really start to challenge yourself by stepping the legs back. So we're here now in high lunge. And you can always stay here wherever you are in this posture. And we're going to walk our hands up to our knee, and we're going to find full crescent pose. So hips are square and facing forward. Chest is lifted. Starting with our hands at the heart, pull the belly button in to support your lower back. As we breathe, we can inhale, bringing the arms up. And as you exhale, maybe a little lift of the chest, a lift of the gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then I want you to reach your chest all the way forward, hands to the floor, hands to the block. We're going to move the right block into the arch of our left foot, and you're going to spin the right foot back out to the side just a little bit. So we're going to go into a revolved posture here. So we're going to keep the lunge. You're going to grab a hold of your right side and start to spiral the right ribs through the right arm in. We are turning to look to the wall. Take your left hand and place it on your left hip. Send that hip back and open up that chest. Keep spiraling. So in your mind's eye, you're opening up the chest even more, sending that left hip back even more. And let's bring it all back. Hands to the block, spin and pivot so that you're back up on that tippy toe, and then I want you to bring that knee down towards the floor. So with the knee on the floor, we're going to lift our chest here. I want you to move the left block into the outside of the left foot, and we're going to reach forward. And then as you begin to lift up, sends forward. Start to spiral your body towards me and reach. Let that arm drop. Both hands to the block. Lift back up into that high lunge. And let's step that right foot forward. We're back into our forward fold. Let's cleanse out the body with a half lift. All forward fold and a roll up all the way back up. We'll head right back into that forward fold. So let's do that all the way down. Hands to the blocks, half lift and forward fold. Position yourself so that you can step the left foot back. High, high lunge. The block is on the outside of your feet, both if you have two. One, you don't. And I want you to reach your chest all the way forward. Nice long line. Remember, the wider your stance, the safer it is for your knees. Walk your hands up to your thigh. Really square off those hips and find your balance here. As you find your balance, maybe the hands stay at the thighs, or maybe you're still there on the blocks. But all is good. And you want to bring your hands into the heart center if you're moving with me. Letting the arms lift towards the sky. And a little lift of the gaze and the heart, breathing into your balance. Remember, we're not forcing ourselves into postures. Reach your chest all the way forward and hands come to the block. So we're going to take the left block and put it in on the arch of the right foot. Take your right hand to your ribs and start to turn, encouraging that turn to come from the center of your body. Good. Bring the hand to the hip. Encourage that hip to send back and reach your chest forward as we start to engage our spiral. Reaching, spiraling, breathing. Coming back and into the center. Reach your chest forward. Feel the length of your spine, and then we're going to slowly place that knee down. So from this position, move the right block into the outside of the foot. Reach that arm straight out in front, the left arm. And as you lift up, Reach your chest up. Start to lower that arm down as we spiral. Reach back behind you. Lower the arm. Hands to the block. Blocks. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, push into that back heel. Lift up into that high lunge. And this time, we're just going to send that right foot back to meet. And we're in our downward dog. High up on those toes. Pedal the feet. Let it feel good. Bend the knees and bring both knees down towards the floor. We're going to move the blocks off to the side. And when we're here, we're going to do a couple cat cows. Feel the shoulders melt down your back. So I'm going to have you flatten out your shins so that the top of the feet are on the floor. And we're going to take our right hand over to our left ribs, and I'm going to have you spiral. So work on that spiral. Grab your ribs and turn them around. Push into the floor and lift your chest and make your back really straight. And when you can't spiral anymore, just start to let the arm extend that spiral. You want to have the fingertips in line with the other hand. So nice straight line. And then let this hand dive all the way through and underneath. As we're going in to thread the needle, you might want to put your head on a block. Let that arm reach all the way through, and your head and your whole body kind of lay down. Now the left arm, you can walk it out as far out in front of you as you can, and let the shoulder melt down towards the mat too as well. You're breathing into this lovely twist. To come out of it, slide the left hand in back underneath your shoulder, push up as you spiral all the way around. Grab those ribs, give yourself that extra twist, and at the very end, reach. Again, fingertips are directly over the other hand. Let that arm circle back behind you and down so that we're back down into our tabletop position. Cat cows if you need it. And we're going to grab the other side. So grab those ribs, push into the floor, and spiral yourself around. Again, keep encouraging yourself to open. And we're going to reach the arms straight up and make sure that they're lined up. Fingertips are in a line. And then dive that hand down, thread it underneath. Now, block or pillow can be used to put your head onto so that you can really get into the deep part of the shoulder. Shoulders are very sketchy on people, so you take your modifications as you need. We can reach the right arm out in front and let the shoulder release down into the floor. And we're stretching all of the shoulder blades, the shoulder girdle. To unwind, slide the right hand back in underneath your shoulder, push the floor away, grab those ribs and spiral all the way around. See if you can go a little further. At the very end, reach that arm. Draw the shoulder down your back, reach the back really long. And then slowly stretch around behind you. And again, only do what feels good for your shoulder, not pushing past our zones. Find your tabletop position. Walk your hands straight out in front. Draw those shoulders down, and we're going to thread our chest through our arms, bending our elbows, coming down to the mat. Come all the way forward like you are a snake. So in Sphinx pose, we're going to walk those legs back, press our elbows into the floor, lift our chest. So keep pressing into our elbows. Now double check your elbows. You might want to walk them in a little bit, make sure they're underneath your shoulders, and then just look around. As you look around, you're loosening up the neck. And if, again, neck is a nice area that we tend to find that tension. Maybe find the center, nod your head up and down. And if anything doesn't feel well, we stop. As you bring yourself all the way down to the floor, walk your hands back behind you. As we move into locust, I want you to reach your arms long, walk the legs in closer, and we're going to press into our arms as you begin to lift your chest. See if we can get to the height that we were at when we did baby cobra. If you're there, stay there, and maybe start to hover the legs off the floor. So be careful not to continue to lift through the chin. You really want to get the chest off the floor, not the chin lifting and looking up. Don't want to wrinkle the back of our neck and cause any more tension there. So keep lifting from the chest and your breath deep. And I know this is a hard posture because if we belly breathe or chest breathe, there's nowhere for your air to go. So start to guide it into the back of your body. Feel the ribs expand. And then bring yourself down to the ground. Slide your hands up underneath your shoulders. And let's push ourselves back into child. Open up the knees, sit back towards your heels. And then we'll come forward, we'll have a seat. So with the legs straight out in front in staff pose, we're gonna reach the legs out, but we don't wanna lock them out. So I wanna feel still a reach through the legs. They're straight, but I'm allowing for circulation and nerves to expand. So when you look at your toes, they're gonna have a tendency to go in a particular direction. And I want you to think about that your feet are standing on the ground. So the block is a good tool to see if your feet are flexed. And you wanna feel the heels reach towards that block. So again, watch your toes. We don't wanna curl them. We wanna feel like we're standing on the ground, but with our legs reaching low. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, start to reach your chest forward towards your toes. As soon as you feel your body round, that is your stopping area. Let the hands fall wherever they may. Again, you're reaching the heels and trying to keep the feet flat. Your feet are gonna have a tendency to go in a different way, but you wanna feel like you're standing on them. Drawing through the tops of your feet, through the arches. And then coming up to seated. We're gonna sit either with our legs crossed, or we're gonna take one foot, I'm gonna start with my right foot and place it right on top of. Now, if this is a difficult position for you to be in, sit on a block. It'll totally open up your hips. And that's our purpose here. We don't wanna struggle with our leg here and try to have the ankle and try to stretch if we're in this kind of position. We wanna be able to lengthen. And if that's not possible, wherever you are, modify it until you do get there, okay? So you wanna feel the stretch and the lengthening of our spine. We don't wanna keep it in this position to try to do the exercise. So prop yourself up so that you can sit up nice and tall. Everything is a process, it's little steps to get to you to a certain place. So I want you to take those steps. Foot is flexed, you're sitting up tall, just like this, and you're reaching your fingers out. So again, your chest is gonna come forward. You wanna reach out over your legs. So as we're reaching out, again, we don't want to collapse. Your eyes will look down, and I don't want them to look down. I want them to look way out into your future. The future you stretching, feeling your spine stay long, feeling the hips begin to open and breathe. And then as we come back up again, both legs head back out into staff pose. Feel the feet flex, draw up through the tops of your feet, push down into the floor, lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Now we're going to do the other side. So we might have a good side and a gooder side. You know, I always say things like that. And one side might not be friendly at all. So we want to create balance and stability. So whatever you did on the other side, whether this side is harder or easier, you want to do the same thing. So if you were sitting on a block, please do again, sit on the block, flex your feet, both feet. And you'll notice I got a little gap here. So I'm a work in progress, just like you. So lift your chest all the way up. Fingertips reaching out wide. Let yourself find a good place here, a safe place to stretch, and begin to move your chest forward. And as we bring ourselves back, both legs come back out into step pose. Take your time coming out of your postures. It's all good. And flex those feet and sit up tall. We're going to take our legs wide, but not a straddle position, just a wide position, kind of like when we were standing, okay? And we're going to sit ourselves all the way up. Feel the legs pull in, and we ground our sits bones, our hips down into the floor. And we're going to reach our chest all the way forward. Feet are flexed here. Again, when your spine starts to round, you finished. Reach out. Take the hands back behind you, reach the palms. Lower the palms, come back up. Beautiful. So we're going to take our left elbow and bring it down to the inside part of our leg. And you're going to try to get that elbow down on the floor, and you're going to roll your shoulders back. So the purpose of this stretch is to unglue these ribs here. So let's see if we can do that. The more we lift up and we bring our elbow down towards the floor. Now, maybe we didn't make it to the floor. Maybe you're here. I don't want you on your knee. All right, I want you either above it or below it or on the floor. And you're going to roll those ribs back and try to look up towards the sun. When you can't go any more into your spiral, take the arm and lift it straight up towards the sky. To come out of it, begin to let that arm fall over your head. Keep it straight, down in front of you. Both hands on the floor, reaching out in front. Again, I don't want a round spine. I want you to find a flat spine and keep continuing to reach out. Your hands are dragging towards you, your feet are flexed. And then roll back up. This is the round part of the spine. Let's do the other side. So again, you're finding the elbow on the floor, above the knee or below the knee. If you're on the floor, your elbow is pressing into your leg, kind of like an opposition, but not encouraging, like it's not going to help you in the rotation. This is what's going to help you in the rotation. This spiral pulling this part of your body back and open. And when you can't go anymore, make sure your head is relaxed, not tense, not lifting. Let it go straight out in front. And then we're going to let that arm reach and extend. Again, both feet are flexed. And we're trying to unglue the ribs from the hip. Let the arm drift over your head if it's in your practice. If not, don't even use the arm if you don't need to. Let it fall down towards the floor. And everybody, we're going to meet here with our hands out in front. Flatten out the back, flex the feet. Nice. And then walk your hands back in. Sitting up nice and